Okay, for the sprinkler system, let me go to the top. So the system is on, which means it's running program A. You can see an A right there. We don't need to change that with the programming. We'll just always leave it on A. This is only one we want to deal with. So right now the system is on and running the programming that we're going to set. So the next toggle, or the next thing on the dial, is to set the current date and time. You can see it's 2026. I could move it up and down, but I'm going to leave it at 2026. Enter. May is the month. You know, again, I can change things with plus minus, but that's what we want. 30th day of the month. That's what we want. And it's 11. You can see there's an AM down there. It's a small little thing. If I were to go to 12, now all of a sudden it's at PM. But I'm going to go back to 11:16 AM because that's the correct time. Hit enter. Can change the minutes. Hit enter. So there we go. The next thing on the dial is the set the watering day cycle. So right now we have it on 7 because we want it to consider 7 days, like for a week. You know, we could set it to 2, which means like every other day or something, or 3 every 3rd day. But we want it to recycle every 7th day because we want to just use a regular calendar week. So I'm going to leave that as it is. I could move it and hit enter if I wanted to change it. The next thing on the dial is to select the days to water. Now, it says 6 Sat, which means the 6th day of the week is Saturday, not the 7th day of the week. So that means number 1 is actually Monday, then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then the 7th day of the week is Sunday. So right now, there's a little number 1 and it's blinking. It has a box around it. If I hit plus, the box goes away and I could hit enter on that. But I want to leave the box around it because I want it to water on day 1, which is Monday. So then I hit enter. Now it goes to number 2. I don't want it to water and there's no box, so I want to hit enter. Number 3, I do want it to water, which is Wednesday, so it has a box. Again, I can turn the box on or off by choosing these pluses and minuses. The next day, I want day 4, I don't want to water. Day 5, I don't want to water. Day 6, which is Saturday, I do want to water. Day 7, Sunday, I do not want to water. So that's all set. Then move the dial to set the watering start time. So for day number 1, no, actually that's just, I only want to water it once a day. So this is how many times a day you're going to water. So the first start time I have it set to 3:30 AM. Again, you can see a small little blinking AM. If I kept cycling through, it goes by 15-minute increments. Eventually I'd get it to go to PM by cycling all the way around, but I want it to start at 3:30 AM. So I hit enter. Now it's like, is there a second time of day you want to also start some watering? But I'm leaving that at 0. Again, I could toggle up, to something, but after you get to midnight and hit down again, it goes to 0 or it dashes out. Is there a third time of day you want to water? No. Is there a fourth time of day you want to water? No. So then it goes back to the first time of day, which is 3:30 AM. That's what I wanted at. Next is the set station duration. So right now, station 1 is the main backyard. I have it set to 20 minutes. Again, I could go up to 21 minutes, 22, but I'm going to leave it at 20. Station 2, which is the backyard between the sheds, I have it set to 8 minutes because that area doesn't need a lot of watering. It also gets hit a bit by station number 1, so we'll just leave that at 8 minutes. Station 3, which is the side yard, set to 20 minutes. Station 4, the front yard, is set to 30 minutes. Again, I could change it if I wanted. Station 5 is set to 15 minutes. That's the planting areas. Station 6, there is no station 6 that you have hooked up, so we'll just have that at 0. And then it starts back over at station 1, 20 minutes. So then seasonal adjust. Right now, I have it's going to water, let's say for, again, the main backyard is set to 20 minutes. So it will run the full 20 minutes. But if I was in a time that I still wanted to be watering it, maybe in late fall or early fall or something like that, I still wanted it to get water, I could maybe move this down like, hey, only give it 60%. So it would be 60% of 20 minutes. So it just waters it less and it goes across the board for all of the different stations and days that we're watering. But I want to leave it at 100%. So I'm going to hit enter there, which it's already entered. So you probably don't need to mess with that, because if it's, times of the year you don't want to monitor or water, you could just turn the dial up to system off. Okay, the run stations manually, that's if you want to just like, I could be like station 1, I want it to run for 7 minutes really quick or something, but we don't want to do that. It's a good way to test things though, because I could go to 1, I'd hit enter, and it would run station 1 for 1 minute, and then I could, go to station 2 by hitting enter and run a number of minutes, station number 3, and so forth. But again, I don't want to run it, so I'm going to leave that alone. Run program manually. That means I just want it to go through the program right now. I don't want it to wait till 3:30 a.m. I just want it to run through all of my stations and set times. So I can just run program manually, then I would just hit enter and it would just start running the program through the different stations and durations right now. To test the stations, that means it's just going to run through all 6 stations, which of course you only actually have 5, and it'll just spend 2 minutes on each. I could be like, I'll just run it for 1 minute. So this is just a way that I can, test that all the stations are where I think they are and that they're all working. But again, I don't want to do that, so I don't have to change it to 0. I just change the dial. This is the pre-programmed thing. We don't want to worry about that. That's just like what's built into here. This one is currently going to be running all 7 days, and it's on for pre-programmed, and it's pre-programming number 1. I could change it to be like, go to number 2, which again, those are just things that are set by default that we're not going to worry about that. This turns the whole system off, and then back to system on, which is what we want. It displays the time, says it's on program A, which is what everything is. At the beginning when we're setting things up, I could have changed it to program B and have a totally different program running, which you could do like for a different time of year, but you could say, but you can see the A up there even when I change to things like, the set watering days. See, there's an A there because I'm programming schedule A. Again, set the watering day cycle or set the days to water. All those things are for program A. But we're just going to leave it on program A, and it's system on, so it is up and running right now. That's how you control the irrigation at your house.